Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to welcome you all to the halftime talk. I'm delighted to be joined today by Mr. Hatem and Mosa, who is CEO of the Sharjah National Oil Corporation and Secretary General of the Sharjah Energy Council. Hatem, thanks very much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Diala.
Well, we're going to focus today and talk about the HSE Expo that's taking place in Sharjah, of course, in April, and get your views on what you hope to gain and what you hope that the industry might get from that expo. Of course, it's not the first one, and one in which SNOC plays a large part in. And I know and HSE is a topic very dear to your hearts, certainly. So let's get started with this and tell us what why is this event significant for the industry, do you think? And what is different this year from last year in terms of what you would hope to come out of the discussions and exhibitions there?
Yeah, thank you. Basically, this is the second time we're doing this HSE Expo. After last year's event, which was only 1 day long, and it was received very well by the industry and the society at large in Sharjah. We decided to redo it again and expand the activities a little bit more. It's under the patronage of His Highness Sheikh Sultan bin Ahmed Al Qasimi, Chairman of SNOC and Deputy Ruler of Sharjah. The event, of course, is organized by the SNOC team, and the main purpose of the event is to promote and enhance the HSE culture not only within the energy industry, but with the industry at large and the whole society at large, because it is open for the general public and for the industry representatives, academia, across all sectors. So it is really to promote the HSE culture and improve that culture within the society.
Okay, and I mean, give us an example. I mean, of course, as you said, and as I mentioned also, that it is something that SNOC is very well known for. And give us perhaps one or two recent examples, recent initiatives that SNOC has taken that it may choose to be promoting at this exhibition, and that you'd like to tell us about in terms of health, safety, etc., that has been implemented most recently at your company.
The most recent in SNOC's initiatives, of course, SNOC's announcement, its intent to achieve net zero in its own operations by the year 2032, which is a very challenging target compared to the UAE's target of 2050 for the same. Of course, our target serves the UAE and it's a step in the right direction. And in that aspect, SNOC is already constructing its own solar power plant, the largest in Sharjah, 60 megawatt, and which hopefully should be coming online within the next quarter, imminently. And that will get us a significant way towards our objective of achieving net zero. But that's just one recent example. SNOC has so many initiatives in the area of HSE across the board, whether it's in health or safety or environment. And a lot of them target the normal people, not just the industry. Like, for example, our 365 recycling program, which involves all of the SNOC families, not just the employees in the recycle program. Enhancing our risk and updating our risk management portfolio to target all the HSE risks and beyond, to update them and have mitigation plans for them and to control them to acceptable levels. We have this annual SNOC Cares program. Each year it has a different theme. This year's theme is about tree planting. It's going to be a major exercise coming up this week, actually. It starts.
And I mean, do you think that these new targets, as you said, net zero targets that everybody has, whether it's the UAE as a country or SNOC as a company, the new technologies that we can adopt to help us with HSE goals? I mean, the pace at which those are being, I suppose, thrown at you, sustainability targets, or you're setting your own, is that a challenge at all towards HSE targets, or is it aiding that? Do you think that journey? Are there any challenges along the way in terms of the speed at which technology is evolving, as well as sustainability goals?
The targets themselves are definitely challenging because we're talking about achieving net zero, which means you are carbon neutral as an energy company. Now, of course, we're talking about our own operations, i.e., whatever we emit, we have to compensate for or remove. So in terms of that, it is definitely a challenge, which we believe we will meet and we will succeed. Now, the technology that's coming in this area is a helper for sure. It's not against. And we don't see any conflict between our own operations, which involve the production of gas, for example, and achieving net zero in our operations. We see them always as complementing each other in the long term. And it's a transition, it's a journey. It's not either or. At one point, we have 100% this, and tomorrow we'll have 100% of the other. It's going to be a transition that's going to take some time. And one of the main objectives in this is to achieve energy stability and sustainability throughout this process. Because if we fail to provide energy security and stability during this process, we could actually lose our accomplishments because it can result into negative behavior from the public at large, because the public at large, at the end of the day, needs energy security, and we are obligated to provide that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is, of course, at the forefront of everyone's mind, isn't it? Your consumers, your customers, they don't care what explanation you might come up with about HSE. They want their energy, they want it safe as well, but they want their supply, don't they? And you don't want that to be interrupted. I mean, in terms of collaboration with partners, with technology partners and other specialists, let's say within the HSE space, how is that evolving, do you think, for oil and gas companies such as yourselves? How important is that partnership with technology companies or with others who you may be on track with you in this sort of HSE ambition?
Yeah, as you mentioned, we can't do this alone. We have to seek expertise and knowledge from across the whole industry in this energy transition journey. For example, for the solar project for Sharjah, we are partnering with Emerge, which is a joint venture between Masdar and French EDF company. We're conducting CCS, carbon capture and storage studies, to utilize our largest field as a potential sink for storage of CO2 that would be captured from other industrial areas. And in that way, we can contribute to decarbonization of the country. And with that, we are collaborating with Sumitomo, and we're collaborating with the SLB and doing these studies for the surface and the subsurface of the reservoir. In the event, this HSE Expo, we're inviting all sectors to participate and share their knowledge and learn from the event. And this would include like partnerships with the Sharjah Prevention and Safety Authority, SPSA, very closely cooperating with us in the organization of this event. We're also involved with the Sharjah Health Authority on the health side. And we have quite a few partners in the private sector and the semi-public sector, like Emirat, UAE universities, whether it is in Sharjah or outside Sharjah. All of them are collaborating with us to achieve the success of this event.
That's excellent. I mean, it's great to hear about that sort of cross-sector collaboration. Of course, you mentioned academia, such an important partner, isn't it? Especially in the R&D front as well. And just to sort of wrap up, Mr. Mosa, just in terms of, you just said, you're looking forward to that participation, that cross-sector collaboration at the event itself. when it ends in April, what would you want to see as the sort of main top 3 takeaways that you would like participants to take with them? What would you like of all the highlights that might take place? What would you identify as the most important takeaways that you'd want attendees to go away with in terms of next action points for them as we go through the next 12 months?
The top objective of this HSE Expo is to promote an HSE culture, not only in the energy sector, not only in the industry, but at the society at large. To achieve change, you have to make a cultural shift. And this cultural shift includes knowledge and education and commitment across the board in all the industry and the society at large. And that's the main purpose of this event, because it involves essentially everybody. And it is open for everybody. The registration is open today for the event. And you can log into the event website, hseexpo.com. So that's the main purpose for the event. It's a very wide purpose, cultural shift towards HSE.
Mr. Hatem Mosa, CEO of SNOC and Secretary General of the Sharjah Energy Council, thanks so much for joining us today on Halftime Talk, and best of luck with the exhibition.
Thank you very much.